guys, it's Kylie Draws here, and I'm now in the corner of the video. Before I discuss the events of the video, I just want to talk a little on my messed up upload schedule. As you might have noticed, I have disappeared for 2 weeks and didn't really say anything. I've just been procrastinating on recording this voiceover for a few days, and right before I recorded this, I just finished writing the script because, I just had almost no time to write a fully fleshed out script that would span the entire runtime of this video, because most of the time I just kind of disappear and then come back at the end of the video and like music break in the middle, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I just had like really little time to draw digitally and create full illustrations for you guys to enjoy. That's kind of the premise of the videos which I make, because if I don't finish something, then it wouldn't really make a good video. I don't know, it's a little complicated. Which is why in today's video, I am going to be drawing Furina / Fossilors from Genshin Impact. As most of you know, I really enjoy playing Genshin, and drawing the characters are a fun way to create art outside of my comfort zone, since drawing so many details isn't something I usually do. Most of the characters which I have created, like Kylie or Coffee, they are all really simple and are easy to remember and like replicate a lot of times, which is good for character design and stuff, because too complicated designs would be hard to remember every single detail. And like I said in my Hu Tao video a few weeks back, I drew the sketch on paper so I wouldn't have to focus on getting everything exact and perfect like I do sometimes when sketching digitally. Also, I feel like I have more control when drawing traditionally, even though I mainly do art digitally. Personally, I think I'm doing more traditional art, which is nice, because it gives me more excuses to buy more art supplies. You can never have too many, even if digital art is like your main thing. Just going out to an art store and buying traditional art supplies like new markers, new pencils, better erasers, it just feels so nice, even though my wallet would be crying. Speaking of drawing traditionally, maybe I could do a sketchbook tour. I did post a poll yesterday if I should do something like that. I haven't checked the replies yet, but hopefully there are some. I don't know. But I just think that doing a sketchbook tour would be really nice, because most of the videos on this channel are just what I do on my laptop, what I do digitally, and mainly I do the art for YouTube purposes, not really personal art, if that makes sense. And I think it would just be cool to show you guys what I like to draw when I'm not worrying about YouTube or just worrying about like making everything look good for the screen, and like what I just do in my free time, because they could be really cool. I also got a sketchbook at the start of the year, which I am so close to finishing. I think I've got like 5 or 6 pages left of the sketchbook. So yeah, I'm just really excited to finish it, because I currently have 3 unfinished sketchbooks. 2 of them are almost finished, but one of them I got like 2 years ago when this channel first started, and that one still has like way too many pages left. But yeah, I might explain it a little bit more if I do end up doing a sketchbook tour. But keep in mind that that video might be a little longer than usual because it would be easier to just like record everything real time instead of trying to get the voiceover to match up with the visuals and the recording. So yeah, if I do end up doing a sketchbook tour, just a disclaimer that the video will be a lot longer than these videos where I just, you know, draw on my laptop. Oh, also, at first, this drawing was supposed to be a side study, which I wanted to do as a bit of personal art, but then I realized, oh wait, I kind of want to turn this into a YouTube video because I kind of forgot, and I kind of forgot to record and stuff, so yeah. Oh, I completely forgot to talk about the video, and the coloring process and everything. But yeah, coloring Furina was actually really simple and easy to do because, you know, just filling in the base colors, pretty simple and stuff. But the shading was actually a little complicated to do. I had to figure some things out, do some trial and error, and I did end up changing a lot of the aspects of like scarfing, as you can see right now. I realized when looking back at the reference which I was using, the scarf looked a little weird and kind of out of perspective, so I fixed that. But yeah, the shading, like especially shading the clothes and stuff, it was a little complicated to do because I'm still learning how to shade the cloth, fabrics, and materials, and just learning how everything works together. But I think doing these kind of illustrations when like character design is like a little more complicated, I think it helps a lot with like, personally I think it helps me learn a little more about shading the clothing and stuff because there's a lot more references which I can use, I guess. I don't know, that's just personal experience. Yeah, also I used many references so that the pose didn't look weird, especially when drawing side views is not really my strong suit and I'm not, you know, the best at it. I did use a few references, like I said before, of the lighting and shading, especially ones like fan arts which that already existed for Furina, because those helped a lot. Speaking of shading, I did keep the shading simple enough that that didn't like take hours and hours to do, because I guess because I spent so much time already like on certain aspects of the illustration, like shading the hair and getting everything to look right. I feel like shading the clothing, I just went for a more simpler style, I guess. So what I did was I added cell shading, and then in some parts I used a soft eraser, which is just airbrush but on like the transparent eraser setting. I really know how to call it, but it looks like this. And I just used that to kind of soften the edges of the hard cell shading that I did. I did have to cut a lot of the footage, as you saw before, with all the fade in, fade out transitions, because I realized how long it took me. I think this drawing took like around 3 hours to do, 3 hours, 2 hours-ish. So yeah, it did take a really long time, but I'm really proud of how it turned out, so that's a win, I think. Also, if I did not kind of speed it up like 10 times or maybe like 100 times, then you guys would be listening to me talk for a whole 26 minutes. 26 minutes! Not good. Considering my older videos, there was this drawing which I did using prompts from one of my friends, and that drawing took me 2 hours, so kind of similar to the time that it took me to draw this, but like a whole lot worse. And yeah, I used like the editing program which I used for that video was not the one which I used for this video. It was a lot, how do I say this? It was a lot weaker, I guess, and it would glitch out a lot, which meant that I couldn't speed up the footage of the drawing process a lot, which in turn ended up making almost a half an hour video. And I just looking back at that video, I did watch it like a few times for some reason. But yeah, looking back, it was not great at all. Would not recommend watching it. Also, I don't think I have the mental willpower or time to write a script that long. So yeah, which is a problem, because even with videos that are like 10 minutes or less, I still cannot write as fast as I speak, which means that I have to slow down my speaking, but it doesn't help because I always speed up. So yeah, but I am working on getting longer scripts and writing more words and describing stuff more, because I think that's good to engage you guys, I guess. Also, it seems like you guys really enjoy my Genshin related content, considering how many views the Hu Tao video got. Like, wow, I still cannot believe it. I feel like I should do more of the Genshin related content, but again, it does take me a long time to draw these illustrations, and if I did do a Genshin related video like every week, or just like every other video which I post, then I might be posting like every second week, and the YouTube algorithm would not like that at all. When doing the background like I am doing right now, and kind of like the post rendering, I did use a lot of gradients and different brushes to add texture and variety in the background, like the bubbles, this bubble brush thing. It was really cool. I'm glad I downloaded all these brushes, because yeah, they definitely helped me in the long run. I also added like an overlay layer with a gradient, and that kind of changed the colors a little bit, as you can see the jewels thingy on her sleeve. It changed it to be more pinkish red than a more like yellow gold, I guess. But yeah, I just really like how adding just one layer or a few layers of overlay and colors just brings the entire piece together. Same with adding like a little bit of Gaussian blur to some parts, as you can see that I'm doing now. I'm selecting parts of the drawing and adding Gaussian blur to them. It just creates depth, and it just makes the overall illustration look so much more finished and together. And yeah, here's the finished illustration of Furina. I really enjoyed drawing her, and I'm definitely going to draw more Genshin characters in the future. Before I end the video, make sure to look out for Inktober shorts, because of course it is October and I am participating in Inktober, that I might post here and there, because yeah, sometimes I just might not find enough time to post a video, so I end up posting a short. So yeah, look out for those Inktober shorts. And yeah, that's all for today. Bye!